everybody, my name is Gault. Welcome back to my channel. I am the author of My Journey to the Fountain of Youth, which is a book that has a lot of great tips on how to look and feel as young as possible. You can get the book on Amazon, and today I'm going to go over some tips on how you can look, some healthy tips, 5 healthy tips on how you can live the best possible version of you. So we're going to get right to it. Okay, so before we get to the great tips, I want just mention that I'm going to be putting videos out every Thursday. So if you like this content, you should subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that way you'll get all this great content every week. And with that, we'll get started with our first habit. So you hear this a lot, and it's not anything special, but one thing that we all, even though we know this, on average, we are not as hydrated as much as we should be. And up here a card is going to pop up, and that is going to be a video that I put out that actually has a formula on how much water you should drink. Because it's actually kind of crazy if you think, you know, people say 8 ounce glasses of water you should drink every day, but you know, someone might weigh 250 pounds and someone might weigh 100 pounds, and the water need is actually different. So I actually have a formula. You can go to that video that card popped up on, and you can see that, and you can actually see the formula to figure out how much water you should drink. The other way to really find out if you are hydrated enough is you can look at your urine. Yes, I did say that. It sounds a little gross, but you know, if your urine is actually yellow or darker or brownish, then you know you're not drinking enough. It should really be almost like clear like water with just a slight hue in it. And that's how you really know if you're drinking enough water. So that's what I would say. The one healthy habit, the first healthy habit, is to really make sure you're drinking enough water every day, and that is going to just feed your cells. So, you know, remember, the body is made up mostly of water. Your cells are mostly made up of water, and your cells need to grow, and they need to be healthy, and the way they're going to be healthy is getting water in. So that's my first tip. So let's move on to tip number 2. So this next healthy habit is, I think, a very important one. We all can get tied up into this, and I think these two things go together, so that's why I lumped them together. Do not compare yourself to others, and get rid of the negative people in your life. And I do have a video about getting rid of the negative people in your life. You can see it here. But also, what I would like to say, here's the thing: if you compare yourself to others, like, you know, this person has a great car or a bigger house than mine, or their kids are, you know, going to college and mine are. If you compare yourself to other people, you're going to be negative towards them, and that's not fair to them. You know, and you're going to typically get to a point where you're going to be bringing them down, and you wouldn't want that to happen to you. So if we can have a world where people are actually uplifting you, they're seeing your dreams, and they're helping you get there, they're helping you attain them instead of shutting you down, you're going to like those people better, they're going to make you feel better, and they're going to help you get to those dreams, as opposed to people who are going to say, you can't do this. And you don't want to get to the point, too, where you're doing it to others. So it would be a much better world if we all got the negativity out, we all try to be positive, we all try to help each other attain the goals that we all want, and we all have different goals. So, you know, just because someone has a big house, maybe you don't want to have a big house. Maybe you like to travel the world and you spend your money that way. So, you know, you're just going to have a much better positive life if you get rid of the negative people in your life, and you also don't compare yourself to others. So again, we're all different, and so we shouldn't be comparing that. We should always strive to be our best possible versions of us, but we don't really want to compare ourselves to other people. So let's move on to healthy habit number 3. So I want to stress that we really need to get enough sleep at night. We are actually, as adults, are averaging about an hour less of sleep every night compared to the people who were around in the 1960s and 1970s. So think about that. We're actually sleeping less now than we used to sleep. And that's creating problems physically and mentally. So make sure you get about 8 hours of sleep. I usually say about 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep, but I always shoot for 8. It's really good for cell and tissue repair. It's great for collagen production. So that way, it's not only going to help you inside by keeping you healthy, but it's also going to make you look better on the outside, because collagen really helps the skin look younger and be younger, become more elastic. And that's what you want to do as you age in life. So make sure you're getting that sleep in. I do know that sometimes people have a hard time getting to sleep at night, and I would say, well, what are your patterns? And a lot of times you're either drinking coffee a little bit later than you should, or you're looking at your phone at night, and that blue light, or you're watching TV or playing on an iPad, and what happens is that really helps not help you get to sleep. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you eliminate that stuff. And about an hour before you go to bed, you want to try to eliminate a lot of that so that you can actually get to sleep easier. So let's move on to healthy habit number 4. So healthy habit number 4 is to create goals and then to track those goals, because it doesn't help to actually create a goal if you're not going to track it. And you really want to put it in a place that you could see it. This reminds me of an old bodybuilding book that I read years ago. No, I was never a bodybuilder, but I did read one, which I thought was very interesting, because they lead a very interesting life. But this one bodybuilder, what he did is he had like a canvas that he had hung up on the wall, and he painted the number of how much he wanted to weigh. So I think it was 280 pounds, which is crazy for me to think about, but 280 pounds for him is probably obtainable. So he painted 280 on this canvas, and the next day he painted it again on top of it, and then the next day he painted on top of it. So this painting became 3-dimensional because the paint layers got so big it got 3-dimensional. But he did it every morning, and so when he's painting that up there, when he was working out, do you think that painting helped him work out harder to get to that 280 pounds? And I would say, you're damn right it did, because he did obtain it and he worked his butt off to get there. And so having a goal in front of you, you should write it down and have it in front of you, look at it every day and go after that, and you're going to be a lot more successful in meeting that goal than if you didn't write them down. So that's one thing that I would really recommend. And let's move on to my 5th one and my favorite. So you know that I always talk about eating healthy, taking vitamins. I have a couple of videos on that as well. You can take a look at them. I have a couple cards coming up here. One is about taking the vitamins, and one's talking about what type, how to eat healthy. But really, you really need to eat healthy. Get rid of the processed food in your life. You're going to feel so much better. Get rid of the fast food. Fast food is just going to make you really feel terrible inside. It's going to give you really bad skin. So you're going to look bad too. You're going to lose your hair because of it. So what you want to do is you want to eat as healthy as you possibly can. Try to go for organic, and try to go for a good mix of the macro components of food. So that would be great lean protein, not a lot of fat in it, so lean protein, great healthy fats, so not saturated fats, but like fats like avocado is great, unsaturated fats, and then also get in good carbs. So what are good carbs? You don't want to eat a lot of processed wheat and junk. Try to get away from the gluten, and really, really, really do yourself a favor and eat good carbs like quinoa, and you can get a little bit of rice, not a ton, but a lot of vegetables and some fruit is really what you could do in order to really, really, really feel and look your very best. So those are the 5 tips that I have, healthy habits. If you follow these, I think that you will see a major change in your life if you don't do these already. And stay tuned for, oh yeah, and actually before I say that, I would really like to hear other comments on how people live happy, healthy lifestyles. So put them in the comments below. What do you do? What are some of your habits? We can all share, we can all learn from each other, and it's all about looking and feeling our very best and being the very best possible us that we can be. And so we should all be able to share and see what other people are doing. It's amazing. There's just a lot of stuff out there. I mean, these are only 5, healthy habits. There's a lot more that are out there, but these are the 5 that I was going to go over today. So I hope everything is great in your life, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and also please subscribe and click on the notification button to get all this great content that's coming up every week. Thank you.